Today on the channel, we take another journey to the land of the Thundercats with Pumm-Ra Super 7 Ultimate Edition.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 Ultimates Thundercats unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from the latest series of Thundercats, we've got Pumm-Ra. But remember, for all your Super 7 needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So this version of the Thundercats Series 4 Pumm-Ra, a deep cut, but one we do remember, and one of those ones where it took me a second to remember Pumm-Ra. Wait a minute, Pumm-Ra? No, oh yeah, Pumm-Ra. I'll never forget that episode. A classic one is Pumm-Ra, the Ra in the name. Might remind you of mumm-ra, and it was mumm-ra playing a little that old smoke and mirrors on the Thundercats, trying to trick them, thinking he is, a member of the Thundercats, a long-lost relative, if you will. But, of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Let's look at the cardboard mailer to begin with here. Like I say, you always got to hold on to these. They keep your figure a little extra protected of the packaging. And most people that buy Super 7 figures want the packaging, so recommend saving onto that. See you later off to the side. Now you get down to the old brass tacks. We get down to the nice stuff right here. And we've got a Pumm-Ra right there by my hands. You've got the evil mumm-ra logo, so you know this is a bad guy. This is not somebody that's on the team of the Thundercats. Packaging is like what we're used to. Thundercats on the back there. Very nice shine gloss to the packaging. Pull that slip cover off. Very, very cool. Love the slip covers on these. And now you get down to it. You get down to Pumm-Ra. Look at that. All those hand accessories. A little bit of a claw shield action. Extra head. A lot going on in the packaging here. It looks like some soft goods as well. Thundercats logo. Pumm-Ra. Nothing on the sides. Super 7 Ultimate there. Warnings, UPCs, that kind of stuff. Nothing fun on the bottom. And then the back, that's where the magic happens. Look at that big menacing artwork. That looks like a warrior ready to take on the world, Pumm-Ra right there. But let's read the back. Let's see what it says about him and his little disguise and all that. Pumm-Ra, to deceive the Thundercats and gain access to Cat's lair, mumm-ra assumed the form of Pumm-Ra. As Pumm-Ra, he claimed to be another survivor from their doomed home of Thundera and the attack by the mutant space fleet that killed off most of their fellow refugees. Welcomed by his enemies, Pumm-Ra obtained the powerful Eye of Thundera and the Sword of Omens, but quickly discovered that the spirit of Jaga mystically protected them from being used for evil ends. So it was a bad night at the office for old mumm-ra. We've all had them in our time, that's for sure. Let's pull them out before we get to the old plastic prison, I should say. Beautiful packaging on these, like I always said. I love the packaging. Looks like we got an extra head in here that's out of a bag. I don't know what is going on. What are we doing here? So we got an extra head. It wasn't a baggie, but it fell out somewhere along the way. So I guess we'll put that off to the side. Kind of a little throw-in thing. It's like they forgot the plastic spot for it. They said, oh, let's throw it in the box. And that was what was clanking around. But there he is. There he is in the old plastic prison, looking only like a Pumm-Ra could look in 2022 at the old review table. But there he is. Let's get him out of the package, get all the twist ties out, and we'll be back to take a look at Super 7 Thundercats Pumm-Ra. All right, we got Pumm-Ra out of the package, and these Ultimates are so hard to get out of the plastic prison. They did have a twist tie around him, but boy, his head's up with the plastic over him, and then the hands are kind of cupped in, so you got to do it just right, and you got to be careful because these are expensive figures. You don't want to break anything. So I did get him out of the plastic prison, and we're going to start this off with the accessories as we usually do. So let's start with that. We'll start with some hands because, hey, why not? You get the upward hinged hands. We've seen these many times before. A gripping hand right here that goes up. We get a regular old hand here with the same thing, gripping hand, and another gripping hand, this one with the side-to-side hinge instead of the up-and-down hinge, and then once again you get the up-and-down hinge. So you really choose your hand adventure. You want side-to-side or you want up-and-down. Choose your own adventure. There you go, hand-wise. Put those off to the side. Don't get too excited about those hands, but it is what it is. We get a little transmitter, a little communicator, a little prehistoric cell phone action. Nice sculpt to this one, nice purple base, the gold trim around it. A funny looking antenna going on, but it is what it is. I think he was communicating with maybe Slythe and the boys with this, and I could be totally wrong. Don't really remember this from the episode, but something tells me that's probably what was going on. But we got that as another accessory. You get a little claw shield action going on Everybody needs a claw shield. Always love the claw shield. This one obviously a little different than Lion Nose. I got the little jewels at the top, the claw shield, of course. A little bit of paint scuffage, but not bad. Really got to look for it good. Nice gray on the claws here, just your typical claw shield. Very cool. Get that with Pumm-Ra. Then you get the Sword of Omens. Looks like it's wrapped up in a little bit of stuff. You know, he's trying to sneak it out there. He's finding out, like it said on the back of the package, Jaga's not going to let him take the Sword of Omens, but you do got a little Sword of Omens all wrapped up. Ready to go, and there it is. So then you get 2 extra heads with this one. So I guess let's look at the head that's on the body first. Well, first things first, he does have a nice robe on him here, but boy, you got a lot of pieces of string that need to be cut off that are just all over the place. Got little pieces left and right. I'm going to grab the old handy dandy scissors here. I'm going to cut this string because it's just an eyesore. It truly is, and we got 2 of them. Holy cow, what are we doing? There we go, pulled it right out of there. So there, that cleans it up a little bit. So on the head here, and I'm a sucker for an eye patch. I don't know about you guys, I definitely am. If somehow, by some travesty, I lost one of my eyes, I wouldn't go that glass eye route like a lot of people get the glass eyes. Not me. I'm going with the straight-on eye patch. I just think it looks cool. Got a great story. It's a great conversation starter. I'd go with an awesome eye patch. Maybe put a cool logo in it or something like that. I don't know, but I'm all here with Pumm-Ra and his eye patch. Definitely looks cool. Definitely looks menacing. This guy almost looks like me if I had an eye patch and I was a cat of some sort and the long hair. I guess the long hair is really the only thing we have in common, but it's fun to pretend. Fun to pretend. But I really like the sculpt here. I like the jagged teeth, the wide open mouth, the red of the tongue, the white around the face of the cat, and then the normal skin tone throughout. You got the big eyebrows up. He's fierce. He's mad. He's ready to go. Just very, very cool look here. And then I love the long hair, the big thickness of the hair. We can almost call it a mane at this point, but nice thickness to the hair. A really, really good head sculpt here on the figure. Then you get his robe, and it's quite the interesting robe going on with Pumm-Ra here. Good tan color to the skin. You got the 2 different color points like we see a lot with Thundercats. We do got some bendy wire in his robe here, so very interesting. It's one of those things you can kind of choose your own adventure. How do you want to wrap it? Do you want it loose? Do you want it all the way down? You can kind of do what you want. I do got a little bit, I don't know if that's staining or if that's paint smudge, but it looks like it might be staining. Yeah, but I don't have any over here, so that is a good thing, I guess. But you can wrap it up, kind of choose how you want it to flow on him. Very interesting robe. A little bit longer on one side than the other, so it is definitely interesting. To me, I'm not taking this robe off. It does have Velcro on it. You can take it off, but why? I don't remember him not having the robe on in the show, and you got more little flakes of stuff coming off of here, but it definitely looks really good. He gets down to the open toes here. You got the cat-like toes, all painted good. A really good paint job on this one. The articulation is the same we see with a lot of Super 7 figures. You guys know I love the pinless joints, but these are not double jointed, so a lot of people do gripe about that. Single joints at the elbow, hands removable as we talked about, arms, shoulders, up, down, all around, head removable, of course. A little bit of a bobblehead on here. Not a ton of head articulation, especially with the hair in the way. But you do get some movement going side to side, things like that. You get the single jointed knees, no thigh cut, no bicep cut either. So a lot of people do give these a hard time saying, well, it's so outdated on the articulation. I'm okay with it. Would I love double jointed? Sure, I would take double jointed all day, but we know what happens when if Super 7 added the double jointed, it would probably give us some more cost increases. As we know, Super 7 has taken about a $10 cost increase in the last year, like so many other companies out there have as well. Things are getting a lot more expensive daily. You guys know we talk about that a lot on the channel. I'm going to put him on a stand, and he fits perfectly on a stand. But no issues here. I got very tight joints, a little bit tighter than the Groon one was, especially in the legs. Got very nice tight leg joints on this one. I'm okay with that. I'm all right. It looks good. Pumm-Ra is a deep cut, but you guys know I appreciate a deep cut. I think these Super 7 waves of 4, you should have a heavy hitter, good guy, a heavy hitter as best you can for a bad guy. You should have a deep cut, and you should have a wild card. I classify this as the deep cut. It's okay. It's just a mini spot on the show. Not a ton, but it definitely looks good. Getting down to the extra heads here now. We got one more of a docile, friendly cat version right here. He just looks like a friendly old guy. A friendly old chap you'd let into your cat's lair. Why wouldn't you? So that's more of the resting, nice face. Definitely like this madder one a little bit more. And then you got one there where he's just losing his mind here. What is up with this? Now, I got 2 heads, and they don't really seem that much different. Very, very interesting. Like this add-in head here, it is the same as this head, but bigger. I mean, it's the same, pretty much everything, but the features are bigger. The mouth is bigger, the eye is bigger, the ears are bigger. So I don't understand that. I don't remember the explanation for that or why they would do that. The hair is bigger. It's just the same head, but sized up just a hair. That's a Super 7 mystery is what that is. I'm not sure if I know the reasoning. I'm sure somebody does, and they'll leave it in the comments for me. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop the clock, hold the phone. As you guys know, I was so confused about this Pumm-Ra extra giant head. I said, why is it the same head, but a little bit bigger? Well, after I closed out the video, I started doing my glamour shots. It clicked, and that's the way it goes sometimes. You can't remember everything. Takes a while, and it just clicked to me that that extra Pumm-Ra head was for mumm-ra, because of course Pumm-Ra is mumm-ra. You guys know how that works. Well, mumm-ra should have been out in Series 2, but unfortunately Series 4 came before Series 2, so it confused everything up. But that extra big head does go here on mumm-ra. That is what that is for, so that's the answer there. Wanted to break in and make note of that. I will say though, very hard for me to get this on mumm-ra. The peg holes don't quite line up as well as they should. You probably have to take a little hair dryer to it, but FYI, that's what that head is for. So there you go. Very, very interesting. I guess we'll check it out in the glamour shots and see which one we like better. Is bigger better? I guess we'll find out on old Pumm-Ra here. But all in all, I'm okay with this. Like I said, I love a good deep cut figure. Nothing wrong with a deep cut. We all vote with our wallets. You don't like it, you move on. But somebody that wants to really fill out the entire Thundercats lore, Thundercats lair maybe, you want to fill it all up, you got to have guys like this. Good for your villain shelf, or put them on your good guys shelf. Have him and Groon in their Thundercats gear, ready to go. Who knows? Choose your own adventure, as we say. But I like this. I like the bendy wire, the cape, robe. Like the extra heads, even if they're a little puzzling. It's good accessories. Not a bad figure for me where I sit. As you guys know, I sit right here at the table. But where do you guys sit on this figure? Are you all in? Are you all out? Are you picking up Pumm-Ra? Are you all getting all these Thundercat figures? Let me know in the comments down below. And then while you're here, you might as well like the video. It doesn't hurt to give it the old thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit up the old notification. Feel free to share any of the videos. And of course, you can follow along at SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, the _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And of course, the Patreon. Shout out to all the Patreon members. As you guys get these videos much, much earlier than traditional YouTube. Bonus videos, exclusive videos, giveaways, of course. A lot going on the Patreon, and I appreciate the support, as it does truly support the channel. So for Pumm-Ra Super 7 Ultimates, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.